Hello, my name is David Froelich, and I'll be your instructor, sort of, this semester. Um, this is Biology 1309, Life on Earth, which is a course organized around evolution. It's basically a non-majors evolution course. And it was originally organized using a BBC TV series called Life on Earth, thus the name. And it's gotten old in the tooth, and so we have modified it. So this is going to be a non-science, 3-hour distance learning course. Now, this is a non-science course, may or may not transfer if you are a science major. If you are, take a look at your transfer institution, make sure that they will accept it. If you have any questions, contact me, we can talk about it. Now, this is an online distance learning course. That means that it's going to be based on your work, your study, self-study, through the 5 weeks of this semester. The course is organized around a study guide, and for each section there is a what you need to do part of it. It will tell you exactly what you need to do for that section, what you're going to be responsible for that section. There's also a book by Carl Zimmer, and that's called The Tangled Bank. Do not get the first edition. Do not get the second edition. You need to get the ACC Special Edition, which is sort of a combination of the two. It is only available through the ACC bookstore, although there may be other copies out now in half-price books, that sort of place. But you can only buy it new from the ACC bookstore. Okay? Now, we won't read all of that book, but we will read considerable portions of it. You'll be directed to what you're going to read as you go through it. Okay? So, ACC Special Edition. Now, the course is going to cover evolutionary relationships, how evolution works, some natural history, coevolution, etc. If you're interested, there is referenced in the syllabus a set of common course objectives, and they're also referenced, you can take a look at the kind of the course objectives in the what you need to do at the beginning of each of the sections. Now, course is distance learning. That means that you are going to need a computer, internet access. You're going to need to work through the materials. You'll be directed at times to look at YouTube or other kinds of video content. Go to various places on the internet. So you need to have that ability, that access. Now, distance learning is not for everybody. You need to be self-motivated, you need to be organized, and also you are going to need to have considerable amount of time because this class is going to be a 5-week class. This is essentially 3 times the speed that this class would go during a normal long semester like in the fall or the spring. And so we're going to have a test about every 6 days, and we're going to have homeworks due in that interim. We're going to have discussion topics that you need to post on. So this is going to be a class that you are going to need to devote some time to every day. You need to stay up on it because otherwise it is going to catch up with you and it is going to roll you over. So you need to have some motivation, you need to keep organized, and you need to meet all of the deadlines. Now, there will be additional lecture material in Blackboard. There may be some more narrated PowerPoints. There certainly will be things that you are going to do through Blackboard. In fact, Blackboard is going to be sort of the course management system that you're going to interact with this course. This is going to be an intense 5 weeks. Distance learning does not mean it's easier. In fact, it probably is going to require more time from you than if you were to take this class in person. So, self-discipline, motivation, keep up on this. 5 weeks, keep your nose to the grindstone, and it'll be done. In fact, it'll be done faster than you expect. Now, this is sort of an introduction of what you need to do for this class. And the first place to start is with the syllabus. The syllabus is posted. It will be available online. It'll be available in Blackboard. You need to read that syllabus carefully. It is the roadmap to what we're going to be doing in this class. So one of the first things you're going to have to do is get access to Blackboard, download the syllabus, read it, and understand it. Blackboard's going to be our organizing system. So we're going to work through Blackboard, and that's going to be how you're going to interact in most cases with the class materials. So you need to be able to have an ACC EID so that you can get access, and then you need to log in. And you should log in at least once a day. I will be posting reminders. I'll be posting stuff to Blackboard and announcements. They'll be also sent out as emails, but it's Blackboard that you're going to use to keep up with this course. Now, required materials, a study guide, available online, available, you can download it in Blackboard. Also, the Tangled Blank. At this point, all we have is a paper version. There's some discussion about going to a digital version, but that hasn't gotten there yet. We hope within another 6 months, a year, we'll be there, but it's not there yet. Now, what are you going to be responsible for? Okay, well, there are going to be a number of graded materials. There are going to be a total of 12 homeworks. There's actually a 13th one that's extra credit, but there'll be 12 homeworks worth 10 points each. Homeworks, what you're going to need to do is go to the various places it sends you, read the materials, respond. That is, write your answers and then submit those answers to me in my email, which is available in Blackboard, available also on the syllabus. There'll also be online discussion groups. That is, that you will need to interact with your colleagues in these discussion groups. There are going to be 5 online discussion units, and you are going to have to post a minimum of 4 times. Each of the discussion topics has 3 videos. You're going to watch all 3 of them and answer one of the questions. You should answer all of the questions. You should understand all of the questions. But the idea is that you are going to submit an answer, an explanation, a short discussion of that prompt. Don't answer all of them, but one from each of the videos. And then in addition, you will also respond to one of your colleagues' submissions. That's the minimum. So 4 individual responses, and those are also going to be about every 6 days. That's about the cycle for this semester. So homework, online discussions, and then 5 exams. Each exam is going to be one component of the class. There are 5 units the class is broken up into, so a test for each of them. There will in addition be an comprehensive final that you can use to replace one of those tests if you so desire at the end of the semester. So you're accumulating points. So you get to 627, you get an A. 557 B, etc., etc., etc. Now, Discussion sections, you're expected to participate. That's 16 points apiece. That's 80. That's more than 10% of your grade. Okay? So these are important. It's important to keep up on them. Okay, so participate at least 4 times during each unit, and 3 of those posts must address individual topics, and then 1 must address one of your colleagues' comment, and they have to be substantive. Okay, that is, it's not just a LOL. Don't do that. But no, it has to be, okay, yeah, I thought your discussion was really interesting. It wasn't something that I had thought about. Here is something that I had thought about. So it's substantive. Also remember, just like in a conversation, be polite. You don't have to answer all the questions. That's not the point. The point is to get you guys to interact. Think of the discussion sections as kind of an online study group, trying to get that interaction going. You can use the discussion boards for other materials. You have questions on the study guide, etc. You can use those there, but I'm going to be grading the responses to the discussion topics. Now, we used to do the tests prior to all of this disruption through the testing center. Testing center is going to be closed. So what I am going to do is we're going to have tests administered through Blackboard. You're going to click on the test. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to do this? When you do, you are under a time limit. That is, that you have a certain amount of time to finish the test and submit it before the time runs out. 2 parts of the test, 1 multiple choice, 1 long answer written components. Okay. 5 mandatory exams, no retests, cannot skip an exam, but if you have a bad exam for whatever reason, you can take the optional final. Now, there are deadlines. Mandatory exam deadlines. You'll see we're going to start on Monday the 8th is when the semester starts. So, Monday the 8th, is that right? Monday the 6th. So by the next Monday, you're taking test 1. 6 days later, you're taking test 2. 6 days after that, you're taking test 3. Can you see that this is going to be an intense semester? So be prepared. Optional final, all written, no multiple choice, over the same sorts of long answer questions that you've seen in the exams. For each of those exams, you can answer 1 additional question for extra credit that you haven't answered before. There's also an extra credit homework that you can do, and that will be available in Unit 5 course content. Withdrawals, you can withdraw without receiving a W, basically doesn't show up by July 9th. Yeah, that's Wednesday, so you got to make the decision fast. You can withdraw with a W by August 3rd, so you've got some time if you're willing to take the W. Okay. Now, everybody needs to do the orientation. This is part of the orientation. One other part of the orientation is going to be to download, print out the student orientation sheet, and sign it. I ask you for more information, but none of that is required, but I do require a signature. And then you need to either scan it, take a picture of it, send it to me by email, and your orientation is complete when you get that response from me. And I do need a signature, not just a type it in. I need a signature because we need to be able to prove that you've gotten the syllabus, okay, and also that you understand all the components of the class. So remember, read the syllabus carefully. That's the ground rules that this class is going to work under. Thanks, and hopefully we'll have a good semester. Remember, it's going to be intense. 5 weeks, it's going to go past really, really fast.